Hello everybody, this is Nancy from the summer weekday batch. I got started on the second half of my homework, which is the using descriptive programming to create a script. And it's pretty simple. It says it must run without any errors or warnings, and it must have 15 lines of code. It doesn't say anything about adding checkpoints and output values, so I don't think you have to worry about that. And it's I'm finding that it's pretty straightforward, and I actually had started on it. And usually what I do is I go ahead and I do my homework, I get it out of the way, and then I kind of recreate what I have done for this video. But I said, you know what? It's a long day and I got work to do. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up like halfway through my homework here, show you what I'm doing, because even picking up halfway is going to show you what my process is. Now, here is what I have built so far of my script. And as you can see, everything starts out, every line starts out the same. Browser, MIT class equals browser, page, MIT class equals page. That is not going to change throughout your whole script, even if you're on a different page. Then when you start getting into the different elements of the page, then you're going to be able to see if something is a web radio group, web edit, web list, that sort of thing. And then you have to determine what you're going to have to do with it. Now, right away, on the website that I'm using, which is myheritage.com, which is a family tree website, I did not know what to do with these radio buttons. And then, first of all, when I used ObjectSpy to capture the word female, because I'm a female, this was not the same as the little radio button. And it was giving me an error saying I couldn't have this particular thing on there. So I took it off, and then I ended up capturing the radio button instead. But my problem was I didn't know what to do with it after that. Is it a select? Is it a set? So what I did is, in order to figure out what I needed, just a second here, I went ahead and opened up a new empty script, and then I just did a record and run, right? And when I capture, okay, I want to take this out and I'm going to show you what I did. So what I did is, because I had no idea what I was doing, I said I'm going to do a record and run on this website. So I start recording, and then I just started going through making my selections. Year of birth, 1967. Don't laugh at me, y'all. I'm probably old enough to be some of y'all's mom. And Ronald Falls. Okay, this is enough, because the actually thing I had a problem with was this button up here. I didn't know what to do with it. So I just recorded a bit, and then I stopped. So that told me, see, look what it captured. It tells me now that what I need to do on my descriptive programming is a dot select, and then I have to select capital letter F. Alright, so now I can kill that action, and I'm going to go back and open up the actual thing that I'm working on. And that allowed me to go, oh, it's a web radio group, and here's all the identifiers that we pull out of ObjectSpy, and it's a select, and then I have to select F. And then in order to make sure I did it correctly, remember, I'm kind of building up as I go. I just want to see if I'm doing okay so far, which you can do. It's always good to check it out as you go to make sure everything's working correctly. And as you see, ran very quickly, and it makes me happy. Expand all, and the results details. And as you can see, I don't get any pass or fail because I don't have any checkpoints, but as you can see, it ran. There's no issues. There's that little gender select button that I had no idea what to do, because before I ran it, I didn't know descriptive programming wise if I used the letter F or if I put in the word female, what I would do. So I did a quick record and run to figure out what I was supposed to put there, and then use that to help me with my descriptive programming. And that's called finding a solution to a problem, all right? Because I didn't want to abandon this whole website, because it's really good for generating a lot of lines of code. So I didn't want to let the problem I was having on the very first line make me have to abandon this website because I really like it. Okay, so I've gotten this far. We know that works. And as I said, for the whole shebang, this is never going to change. So I just do copy and then paste. 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 Remember, it says on our homework that we're supposed to have at least 15 lines. There we go. I probably will end up having more than that because this is a very rich website telling me what to do. Okay, so you can pretend that I haven't done any of this if you want to, follow along and see how my process is, but it really doesn't matter because I'm going to be doing more of the same. And I told you I was having a problem with what I was supposed to do with this radio button, and I solved that by doing a record and run and picking out the information that I needed, which was that it is a select, not a set. It is a select, and then you select either M or F, and obviously I am an F, so I select F. And now I can go on. Okay, so the last place I had gotten was choosing the father's last name, which is Qualls. So now I have to continue using Object Spy to pick out more things on that page. And also note that I have Notepad open. We're going to need that. So now I'm going to click on Object Spy, and then we're going to click on the pointing hand. Now, in order to move around without messing anything up, because see it's trying to discover stuff here, you have to hold down the control key. I am currently holding down the control key, and I will continue holding down the control key until I get where I want to go. As you can see, it is now acting like a regular cursor and not trying to select anything. So I got Qualls. Now I need to go here to select first name for the mother. Now I can't easily work back and forth between Object Spy and the page, so what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to copy all that identification information to Notepad, paste. Now I have all the information I need. I can close this. Now, in order to be able to not have to toggle back and forth between this page and this page, because as soon as you start trying to write anything on here, that disappears, I'm just going to make this smaller. So all you do is you do your whatever this little the restore down button, and then if it's still a little big, then you can move it here and here. So now I can see all of my values and work on them. As you can see, it is a web edit. So I'm going to go here, go dot web edit, and then parentheses. And there's not a lot of close to identical values, because for most of these I just need 2, some I just put 3 for the heck of it. So I'm finding the information that's most likely to help me identify uniquely this particular web edit. And on this one, the name of it is called Mother First Name. And I picked up the parentheses, not parentheses, the quotes on either side, so I don't have to add those. And then we don't have anything as intertext HTML. We don't have anything as intertext, so that's not going to help us. Let's do our HTML ID, which is also Mother First Name, and that's fine. And I don't need the second comma because I'm not adding anything. I'm just going with 2. And this is a dot set. And I'm going to start giving fake information, because this, you could probably find a lot out about me if you had all this information here. So we're going to say my mother's first name was Andrea, and I'm done with that line, ready to go on the next line. So what I do is I just click here so I'm inside my Notepad thing, and I edit, select all, and then I just hit the delete key because I'm done with that information. I don't want to save it, and I don't want to keep adding so that I have to scroll up and down every time I add something. So here I am, ready to go on to the next thing. Give me 2 seconds because my son just texted me. Okay, that's fine. So we will carry on here. So the next thing I need to do on this page, let's look, I need to find my mother's maiden name, right? Okay, so you can't see objects by. It's like, oh my god, it disappeared. You can't see objects pi because it's off to the side here, because remember I changed the size of this. So I'm just going to maximize this. Now I can see objects by again. Now I'm going to click on the little handy thing. I'm now going to hold down the control key and continue holding down the control key until I get where I want to go. And then I let up on the control key, and as you see I'm hovering over this, and I click on it. So now it has saved the information that I need. And now I'm going to copy that information into my notepad. Or actually, I paste it into my notepad. And now I can close this. As you can see, it's actually quite repetitive, and that's okay because, you know, it's not highly complex. So what do I have here? This is another web edit. So I go .web edit, parentheses, and the name is a very good thing for me to uniquely identify this. I probably don't need anything else but name, because I can guarantee I'm not going to find another one with this name on the page, but in the interests of being thorough, I'm going to do at least 2. And close parentheses. Now as you can see, it looks like everything went in correctly because it's brown in color, which means that the quote marks went in correctly. Then the identifiers went in. There's a comma between them, but make sure that you don't accidentally capture a comma right here, because, or like that, because then it's not going to work correctly. And this is another set, meaning .set, meaning I have to put in more information here. Now my mom is Jones, and that's it for that page, that line. And then we just basically build on it. Once again, I'm going to do click inside, so I'm inside this notepad, edit, select all, delete, empty it out for the next one. Then my next thing, I have to maximize that page. Then I'm going to do objects by. Then I'm going to click on the hand. Then I'm going to hold down on the control key, move this out of my way because it's in my way. Don't need you. And then the next thing I need, I think I've got all the information filled in, is this Get Started button. Alright, and then I'm going to copy the information from that Get Started button into my notepad. Close this. Make this a bit smaller so I have both of these showing on the page at the same time. Alright, so finally I get something different. I got web edit, web edit, web edit, web edit. This is actually a web button. And then I think with a web button it's going to do .click, but I'm not sure, so I will show you how I will figure that out. So the name of this web button is Get Started, comma, and the HTML tag for this is button. Copy, paste, and parentheses, .click. Okay, so here's, see, it tells us, it helps us narrow down what we need to do. Is it a click, a middle click, right click? Here it's just click. And that means I don't have to add anything to it. As you see here, everything was set or select, so I had to add my input. I had to put the letter F. I had to put the name Qualls. I had to put the year 1967. I had to put the other name. Here it's just a click, so I don't have to do anything but click. And I'm a little curious because the click is not in boldface like the set, so I just want to check and make sure that I did it correctly. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go here and close this, and I'm going to run it to see if it runs correctly right now. When in doubt, check it out. All right, and once again, I don't have any checkpoints or anything, so it's not going to show pass or fail, but it did run. And look, that click did work correctly, even though it wasn't boldface. And I mean, I could go back and look at one of Jay's classes and see that, oh, when he did it, it wasn't boldface either, but that'll take me too long to find, so I just ran it to see if it works, and it did. All right, I took out all my little MIC class thingies, so I'm going to go and grab this again. Copy, paste, paste, and you don't have to do this, but there. All right, so I'm just going to keep going for a while because this is actually not very difficult. It's just a little tedious, which is fine. So that click took me over here to the next page to build my family heritage. So I'm going to do some more filling in of the blanks and then click, and then I think I'll be done when I get to that point. This is actually a really good website. If you want to use this site, nothing's stopping you. I always say I prefer that you use a different website than I do, but there are other free genealogy websites out there. So for instance, let's go over here and let you see. Free. Don't use Ancestry.com because even though they say it's a free trial, they'll make you sign up. So ignore Ancestry. You can do genealogy.com, and as you see, you can get in here and search without having to sign up, I think. I was born in France, y'all. So let's just say that. View records. You don't want to use this one because they're going to make you do a free trial and put stuff in. And that's actually Ancestry.com. You sneaky boogers. So let's ignore that one. Family or history, FamilySearch.org is a free website. You can get a free account here, and maybe you have to do the free account first or whatever. But if you want to do genealogy, there are free sites out there, and they're kind of, I like it because it's very rich, because as you're building your family tree, you're putting in a lot of information and therefore making a lot of lines of code in your script. Okay, so we're going to go back here. The last thing I did was click the button, and that brought me to a different page. Now, somebody asked on Wednesday's lecture, somebody in the class where Jay was, I think he was in Philadelphia, asked him, when we go to a different page, not you, when we go to a different page, do we have to name this MIT class browser something else, or this page something else, because we're not on page 1 anymore, we're on page 2? And he said no, because this is the class, and the class of it is a page. It knows where it is, so don't let this worry you, because you are now on the second page of the app, but this does not change at all. The only thing it changes is, remember, you clicked, so it took you to that second page. The page is still a page, even though it is a different page, so you still identify it in the same manner. Remember, we're not using object repository. So this remains the same no matter which page of that website or app that you are on. So just in case you didn't remember that. Okay, so now I have to expand this, open Object Spy, click on the hand, hold down the control button to get this out of the way, and now it's asking me for my mother's mother. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to click on that. I've captured the information, copy. Oops, I forgot to get rid of all this stuff. That's fine. Paste. And now I can close that thing. Okay, smallify this a little bit so I can see both at the same time. This is yet again another web edit, which is fine. And what is the name of this web edit? It is first name. Wow, look at that. I've got probably a first name up here. No, it has root person first name, so it's definitely different, and I'm on a different page anyway, so it shouldn't be any issue. So this is called name first name, comma, and let's do HTML ID is mother's mother first name, copy, and that definitely should be enough to uniquely identify. And this is a dot set, because I'm not selecting anything because there's not a list of choices from which to choose. I am having to put my own input inside that box, and therefore I have to do, oh, let's name my grandmother Sally. No big deal. and I am done with that line. So the next one, let's go in here, select everything, get rid of it. As you see, same steps over and over and over again. And Object Spy, click on the hierarchy, hold down the control button, move this out of the way, maiden name, and I have captured the information in Object Spy, so I'm going to copy it over to my notepad. And I'm going to close Object Spy. Make this small so I can see both at the same time. This is also a web edit. And I'm going to grab the name, last name. Comma. And then that HTML ID should be more than sufficient to identify. Uniquely, that's the word. Close the parentheses. Make sure I haven't picked up any stray commas or anything that I don't need. Dot, set, don't forget the dot. Smith. Okay. Done with that line. Gonna go in here, edit, select all, get rid of that. Make this big. The reason I'm making it big, I can't see the Object Spy when I have it smallified like this. It's just off to the side. And I can't even, scroll right. Oh, I guess I could. Yeah, but it only scrolls right and left for the stuff that's inside the box. So, I have to open this up here, Object Spy, click on the hand. Before I touch anything else, hold down the control key. Get this out of my way because it's in my way. And now I'm going to go to year of birth. I've captured that. Let's copy and paste it into our little text editor. And close Object Spy. Get back here. Okay, so this one's a little bit different. This is a web edit, but let's see, what did I do? Did I not get this? Just a second. Nope, I didn't. My copy and paste didn't take. Let's try this again. Edit. Select all. Boop. Okay, I'm going to try it again. Object Spy. Object. Hold down the control key. Move this out of the way. Year of birth. There we go. Birth year. Okay, I know I got it. Copy. Paste. Alright, now mother's birth year. Okay, now I know I got it. And this one, I guess this is a set, because what was very interesting is when it, let me close this, when it told me to set my birth year here, it actually was a web list, not a web edit. Now the reason it was a web list is it gave you like from the year 1900 up to 2012, because obviously there's nobody alive from the year 1850, so instead of letting you choose your birth year is 1757, it gave me a discrete list of dates of years from the year 1900 up till now. So that's why it was a web list instead of a web edit, and that's what confused me. So here I'm going to smallify this, make sure it is a web edit. And what is the name of this button or this field? It's birth year. Comma. And the HTML ID. Copy. Paste. I accidentally picked up this last comma. Just want to take it out before I close the parentheses. Dot set. And her birth year, we're going to say, was 1940. Does not matter whether you put numbers or letters in here. It's still considered a string because you're not doing anything mathematical. It's 1940 is fine. All right. Now technically, I've got my 15 lines here, so I could be done. But I'm going to go ahead and finish what I'm working on. Edit. Select all. Get rid of that. Obviously, because I'm recording, so show you a little bit more. Make this bigger so I can see that Object Spy. Click on that. Hold down the control key. Move this out of the way. country of birth, which I have grabbed. Now I'm going to copy this to my text editor and close Objectify. I bet you this is going to be another web edit. Yep, it's a web edit. Whoops, sorry, not you. Back over here, web edit. Make this small. And what is the name of this field? Name is birth country. I want to make sure I pick up that leading set of quotes. Copy, paste, comma, and the HTML ID. As you can see, it just so happens that for the website that I chose, everything is very straightforward and easy to do. So yay me, right? Set Germany. Select all, get rid of that, and let's say for the sake of my homework that I'm done. I have captured everything. I have not captured anything actually. I have created this script from scratch. Everything here, everything from here over all the way down, I typed in the word web radio group or web edit or web list, whatever it was, and then I copied and pasted all of the stuff inside here because that's easier than, it'd be silly to try and type it out by hand and very slow. And then I chose whatever it told me to. For the male or female, I didn't have to, type in the word male or female. I only had to select from the two choices that it had, which is M or F. And the only way I found that out, there may be a more efficient way to find that out, but I don't know it. And as students, sometimes we're going to do the least efficient way, but we're going to get the job done, and it might be messy or ugly, but it works. And then, so I only had to choose F or M, which I did. And then everywhere it says set, that means I had to type in something, an email, a year of birth, a first name, last name, whatever. Everything here goes in parentheses, and it shows correctly because it is brown, and I am done. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to close this website. I'm going to go ahead and clear everything out, delete my cookies, just because. Done. Close this. Now, you can have up top sysutil.run and then iexplore.exe and then the name of the website. I will probably change to that right now because I just wanted to have one less thing in here. I have it in my record and run settings to open myheritage.com. Remember, if you're going to put sysutil.run, then make sure you choose this button and not this button, because otherwise you'll end up opening the page twice. Okay? Okay, let's check my run. My hand's now off the computer, letting it do everything. Oh, well, that's interesting. See what happens? I must have, because I do family genealogy sometimes, I must have previously signed up to this website. So it's telling me, hey, you already did it, dummy. You have an account with us, so do something else. So that's fine. All I have to do is go in here and change the email address in my script. Okay, yeah, whatever. There we go. So we're going to kill this so we know why I made the mistake. I'm going to close this website. I'm just going to go up here and instead of nancyleeshahada@gmail.com, I'm going to do nancyshahada@outlook.com. That's changed. I don't have to change anywhere else. I don't have to go back and look for the button. And let's see if it'll run for me. And looks like it ran no problem. View, expand. and looks like everything ran correctly. As I say, you're not going to get a pass or fail unless you use sysutil.run to send it to the correct website. Then you'll get one pass, but I don't have any checkpoints in here or output values, so I don't have to worry about pass or fail, which if you have checkpoints it will do. But it ran and it's done, and it didn't say I have errors, so I am good to go. So that's it. I can turn this in. I'll save this. I'll save it as a zip file. I'll turn it as a homework like we did before, and I guess they'll run it. And then I'll answer my questions and I'm done. As you see, it's only 11 o'clock. I think I started on this around 10 after I finished re-listening to Jay's Wednesday night class. And I actually recommend that you do that because the class, and I think I sent the link out in the message anyway, the class is on the forum. You just go to the forum. You'll have to reload it. I'm already signed in. Go down to playback recorded class, playback link for Wednesday's class, and this will be available until the 28th. This is the class we had this previous Wednesday, okay, when Jay was not here at the Vienna campus. And then so you don't have to listen to everything. I think I sent out a note saying when the clock reads, let me open this.
The design document.
When the clock reads about 8:57 p.m., see right here, is when he starts talking about descriptive programming. As you see, he just got started talking about descriptive programming. So let's go back like 3 minutes. At 8:57 p.m., he starts talking about descriptive programming. Okay, so you don't have to worry about slogging all the way through it. So just go to 8:57 on his clock from the recording, and then you will be there. Listen to that. Took me about 45 minutes to get from there to the end of the night, Wednesday night, and it was a good refresher to help me know what I was doing was correct. All right, so that is it. I'm going to go ahead and finish this recording and get it up for you so you guys can have any help that you need. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. If you need any help, just give me a buzz. Take care. Bye-bye.